Greetings, greetings, greetings. Yes, yes, yes. We are live again, man. This time it's not an update. This time it's an actual lesson. I'm about to drop some information on y'all right now. Okay. Give me 1 second. Make sure audio is good. All right. I'm just here to bring you that truth. Okay. Now, check this out. Do me a favor, man. Go ahead and share the link to this and share the information. This is for knowledge purposes only. We are not even going to talk about educational purposes, all right? Because we already know what the educational system has done to the people, right? So we're going to talk about the knowledge. So welcome to the knowledge of school or school of knowledge, whichever way you want to look at it, right? Because front is back and back is front, up is down, down is up, so as above, so is below. So let's do this. Like I said, this is your brother Chief Kalanago, the enlightener, all right, here to bring you that information. Okay, get your pen, get your pad to take some copious notes. You may want to take some notes. You might just want to replay the video, but once again, don't believe anything that I say, because if I ask you to believe me, that means I'm asking you to believe a lie, because in the word believe, there is the word lie. And that's why everything else is built on belief, especially religion, right? Believe this, believe that, believe in me, believe in that. Hey, let me tell you something. It's all an illusion and it's all lies. So I'm going to show you and prove to you that the birth certificate was the foundation, okay, was the foundation of the fraud, okay? It was the foundation of the fraud. And please do your own due diligence, because everything that I tell you is a lie, because I want you to believe me, okay? You get it? So go do your own due diligence, do your own research, and do your own fact checking, all right? So I went to Social Security earlier today, right? And for some reason, I looked up at the monitor, okay, that was giving notifications, okay? And as soon as I looked up, something caught my eye. I saw that it said birth certificate. I was like, woo, whoa, what's going on? But anyway, they had the information scrolling across like a monitor, okay? And they have different notifications. So I just saw birth certificate, and then it scrolled to something else. And I was like, hold up, let me wait till it come back around. And lo and behold, even if I knew that information, I mean, I already knew the information, but I had never seen it posted, or I've never seen it in the Social Security office. So, truth, what's going on, what the deal is. All right. And like I keep telling y'all, man, I was sent here to wake your asses up. Y'all better realize that. Okay. Because we have to organize. We got to come together. It's the only way it's going to get done. It's the only way. So, right. So, I'm going to show you this video. Okay. I'm going to show you this video. Naya Martin, what's going on? Empress, welcome back to the live, and let's get into this live right now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share this video, and pay attention to the screen, because I'm gonna ask you to write in the chat what you see. Okay, and then once we do that, I'm gonna play it a few times so you could actually see it and write it in the chat. Then we are gonna discuss, because I'm gonna go down into the rabbit hole. We are going to rabbit hunting. Okay, you remember Elmer Fudd? We are going rabbit hunting. I ain't killing no rabbits, but we're gonna make sure that rabbit come out of the hole. All right. What it is, Lavonia, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, Lavinia. All right. So let me share this video real quick. I keep telling you, man, knowledge is so powerful. We are living in such a beautiful time, man. It's not even funny. Okay. It's not even funny. Those who have eyes, let them see, and ears, let them hear. Even if I turn down the volume on the video, because there was a lady in there giving out her information, and I don't want to have that lady's information out there like that. So but pay attention to the visual. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this, and tell me exactly what you see in English when it comes to the birth certificate. Okay, I'm going to play this a couple of times, and I want you to write it down in the chat, because this is the main topic of the subject matter. This is where the lesson is at. All right, so let's play this. Pay attention to the screen. Right now. Okay, let's do that again because we're only dealing with the birth certificate. I want you to write it down in the chat for me, please, and tell me what it says in English, okay, about the birth certificate. Let's do it again. All right. Okay, let's do it again. Until you write it in the chat, I want somebody to write it in the chat. Please write it for me. What it says about the birth certificate. I would like you to write it on Facebook and YouTube. Let's do it again. Can anybody tell me what it says? Can anybody tell me what it says? I'm going to do it again. Okay, let's do it again. One more time in English. The birth certificate. Let's go. All right, cool. I'm going to assume that we all got this and everybody should be able to type it in the chat. There you go, Naya. All right. Thank you, Lavinia. Thank you, So Truth. What did it say? The birth certificate is not an identity document. So let us go to the foundation of the fraud, right? So if the birth certificate is not an identity document, how is that they are creating IDs from the birth certificate? I keep telling y'all, man, we are living a lie. We are living in a fraudulent system that people are perishing because of the lack of knowledge. Because I remember back in the days, elders told me that they were able to travel on planes with birth certificates. Okay. But if a police pull you over and you have your birth certificate and you just gave the police officer your birth certificate, the police officer is going to tell you that's not an ID. Why? Because your picture is not on there. So let me ask you a question. If the foundation of all identification based on the system is based on the birth certificate, how is that an ID is actually a form of document, is a form of identity? Hmm? Just think of what I'm asking you. If the birth certificate is not a form of identification, why is that all IDs that they issue to you, it stems from your birth certificate? How did that happen? You see the fraud? So when they talk about real ID, there's no such thing as real ID. That's an illusion. But you see, people are just so, again, brainwashed. People are just so miseducated. And when you give them the truth, they are in fear. They are afraid. The birth certificate is literally, again, it's not a form of identification. So, how is it possible that all your identification, the social security, all that stuff stems from your birth certificate? Hmm? Ask yourself this question. It has nothing to do with the number on the birth certificate. It's very simple. Very, 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 very simple question. If the birth certificate is not a legal or it is not a form of identification, how is that an identification can be born from something that was not a form of identification? You feel me? It's like somebody having a dog and you're about to bring a cat and tell him, hey, the cat is the child of the dog. It doesn't make sense. It cannot work. It's impossible. It's illogical. So what I'm telling you is what they're doing is not lawful. It's legal, but it's not lawful. That's why you could challenge all of these things. No police officer should be able to stop you and ask you for ID if your birth certificate is not sufficient enough. Now it's okay, Livonia. It's okay, I'm Lavinia. It's okay. It's all right. You know, we're building right now. It's okay. You feel me? We are building right now. And I appreciate your input. No input is right or wrong. There are different ways to perceive it, but I want us to literally focus and hone on the main reason why the video is being done as an educational, or let me rephrase that, as a knowledge-based piece of information. You feel me? So how can they force you to get a real ID when the foundation of the ID is fraudulent? Hmm? You see how we could challenge these things and we cannot lose? All I'm just saying is, my brothers and sisters, we just have to come together, man. We just have to come together. It is really that simple. Okay? It is really that simple. And as indigenous people, we have a right to self identify. You have a right to create your own ID to identify who you are. Now, I'm not saying that to go out there and while out and do things, unlawful things, because you could create an ID. No, I'm talking to the righteous beings right now. You feel me? Because we are talking about sovereignty. We are talking about the sovereignty of the righteous beings. That's what we are talking about right now. And nobody should prevent us from being sovereign in our own land. Because the reason why they do it the way they do it is because with their identification, it puts you in their jurisdiction. And because you are in the jurisdiction, then you are obligated to be a ward of their state. And not just that, you're obligated to follow their statutes and codes because you are in their jurisdiction. Because why? They have given you an identity. Okay? And that's the problem. Okay? Well, I get what you're saying, Aka Maki Indian. I get what you're saying, right? But that is still not the moral of the video. The moral of the video is that the foundation was built on fraud. Because first of all, the name that's on the birth certificate, that's not you. Okay? Because the all capital letters is not you. We don't even have to get into that. You feel me? That's not you. You think it's you, but it's not. That was a beast that was created. That was a human that was created on paper. That's not you. It was a monster that was created. It was a person that was created. That's not you. It is not the flesh, living, blood individual. Okay? That is a person. It's a corporation that was created on paper. And the birth certificate is just the receipt. You feel me? Now, obviously, you got, you must be one of the ones that I'm gonna have to delete because I don't like, once again, you see people who are indoctrinated. This is not Moorish information. That's lawful information. Where in English do you see anybody's name written in all capital letters? Hmm? That has nothing to do with Moorish information, man. That is knowledge. That is law. And that's a legal person. It's called enligus. You feel me? A jurisdictional individual that was created by the government. You see, the problem is with a lot of y'all think y'all know too much, and it's a detriment to yourself. That is not Moorish information. That's lawful information. Okay? The all caps name is not Moorish information. Okay? It's called enligus. Nobody said you were trolling, but I'm giving you the knowledge and you're telling me it's Moorish information. How could it be Moorish information? Moors don't have information when it comes to law. Law is law. It doesn't belong to Moors. It doesn't belong to anybody. The law is just the law. It is really that simple. Okay? And in grammatical English and standard English, no proper name is written in all cap letters. Well, I mean, listen, man, if this is not for you, man, listen, go do your thing. All right? I'm here educating my people. Okay? Because my people are stuck in a paradigm of what we call a commercial world, a mirror time world. Okay? And trust me, you're not more concerned about American Indian issues more than I am. You feel me? Go look at my track record. So I'm not even going to get into the back and forth with you, man. You feel me? If this is not for you, it's not for you, period. Okay? Let me go to Google real quick because people don't realize what's going on. Let me just show you what the all capital letters are if you think it's not, if you think it's you. Because like I said, man, people perish for the lack of knowledge, man. And that's the problem. It's called enligus, okay? The law doesn't belong to Moors. The law is the law, okay? It's called enligus, all right? Enligus. A being of law, an entity created and existing by operating of law, which independent legal personality such as a corporation. Okay, as a corporation. Let me get my charger for my. Give me 1 second. Okay, you're running around. You're running around here as a corporation, but you know I'm here dropping knowledge, so that the people could know what's going on, and y'all want to come on here with that BS. I really don't get it, man. I really, really, really don't get it. It doesn't even make sense. Okay. Now let me just show y'all something else again. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me just go to my email real quick. I've shown it before, but I'm going to show it again for the ignorant people out here. All right. Let me show y'all this again. Give me 1 second. Let me see. All right. Let me show y'all something. Let me go to that code real quick. Where it's at. The code. And y'all don't, when you realize you are stuck in certain situations and you have lawful situations and you cannot get out of it, then you wonder why. And you wonder why, huh? Because I'm giving you the knowledge. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's cool. This is not for everybody. Okay? This is for those who want to know how to deal with the system that's crippling us. Okay? Let me show y'all something. Give me 1 second. Let me show y'all something real quick. Take a look at this. And I've shown it to you before, but I'm going to show it to all, the smarty pants out there. All right? Go do me a favor. Go to Title 15, UFC, Section 4724, E1. For those of you who think it's Moorish things. No, it belongs to the United States, not Moors. Okay, so that's what you're dealing with. Again, for all the ignorant ones out there, check this out. United States business, what does it mean? A United States business, one, the term United States means what? A United States citizen, okay? A United States citizen. That's what the United States mean. A United States business mean. Okay? Who's the United States citizen? The all caps letters. The one that you think you are. If you think you know so much or you know more than me. Okay? That's why I brought up the birth certificate and show you the fraud, because you got one yourself. And for those of you who think that's you on the birth certificate, continue to perish for your lack of knowledge. Okay? So again, Title 15, UFC, Section 4724, E1, United States business, what means? A United States citizen. Let's go to the Indian Citizen Act of 1924. Okay, well, we're dealing with American Indian business. Let's go. Indian Citizen Act of 1924. Because apparently, you must be one of the new ones that have never seen any of my videos. Indian Citizen Act, because for the past 20 years, that's what I've been dealing with. So you must be a newcomer. So let's deal with that. Indian Citizen Act of 1924. Let's see what it says. PDF. Let's go into that. National Archives. Since you say, well, let's see if this deals with Moors. Let's see what it says and see if it mentioned anything about Moors here. That was in 1924. This is also called the Snyder Act. A lot of people are talking about the Snyder Act right now, thinking that the Snyder Act makes them American Indians. No, the Snyder Act make you a United States citizen. All right? It is the other way around. So let us read this real quick. What does it say? The Indian Citizen Act of 1924, all right, to authorize the Secretary of Interior to issue certificates of citizenships to Indians, not Moors, Indians, be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that all non-citizen Indians born within the territorial limits of the United States, okay, they will be what? Citizens of the United States. Citizens of the United States. Now let's go back and look at what a citizen of the United States is. That's why I keep telling y'all, man. This is just so sad, man. It's not even funny. What does it say United States citizen is again? Let's take a look at that real quick. And now you come talk to me, since you know more about Indian business more than me. Talk to me about that. This is what you see. What you see what they did in 1924? They made all American Indians United States citizens. Guess what a United States citizen is? A business. A United States business means what? A United States citizen. Okay? So I'm teaching my people about the trickery. And the birth certificate was the foundation of that. Okay? So what say you now? Since you know so much. Okay? So once again, my brothers and sisters, the name on the birth certificate in all caps and IDs and all your that come to your mail, that's not you. Okay? That was something that was created. And I've done videos on this before. That is not your birth date. That is your arrival date. Okay? Your birth date is when your mom and your dad lay down and the sperm made the egg in the physical realm. That's the birth date. Okay? But the arrival date is what they tell you is your birthday. No, that is not your birthday. It's your arrival date. And the arrival date is an event. And they give the event a name. Take, for instance, if your parents name you John Doe, that is the name of the event, John Doe, in all capital letters. That's not you. Okay? And you are here thinking it's you. So whenever you get a speeding ticket, any traffic infractment, any traffic citation, any one of those things, guess what? It is not the living man or woman that's getting that. Okay? It is the event, which is the name in all capital letters. Now, I'm not here for you to believe anything. Okay? Continue to perish for your lack of knowledge if you so choose. But I'm showing you that the birth certificate is the foundation of it all. And you're always going to have one or two in between that's going to come with the nonsense. Okay? Because they're not well studied. You feel me? So let them continue to perish. It is really that simple. But this is for those that are ready for the knowledge. Okay? And the reason why I wanted to show you that is because you're able to challenge certain things in this corporation. You're able to challenge certain things in this illusion. You feel me? Because they have tricked us. Anyhow you look at it, we have been tricked. So once again, and that's why I emphasized that as indigenous people, we have a right to self-identify. I guess you missed that part when I talked about that part. Okay? So again, this is for only for those who it's for. It's not for everybody. Okay? Some people want to live the illusion. Some people want to stay in ignorance, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? But knowledge is power, and the implementation of the knowledge is even more powerful. You dig? You know how many times I've been to court and they want to pull me in and trap me with this nonsense, and I walked away, not paying a ticket, not paying a fine, and everything is still good? Because it's not Moorish stuff, it's law to all the ignorant fools out there. Okay? Study to show yourself approved. It is really that simple. You see, these people always tell you the truth, but y'all so blind, you choose not to realize what they're telling you because they have to tell you everything. They have to. They have to put the public on notice. That's why it's called a public notice. So you cannot say, well, I didn't know. No, you knew. You just chose to ignore it. So just by you ignoring it, you acquiesce to what they're telling you, that the birth certificate is not a form of identification. So therefore, anything that stems from the birth certificate by law, it is not a form of identification by default. It is all based on fraud. It is really that simple. And once again, as a sovereign of this land, the only one that is the true organic one, you have a right to self-identify. As a matter of fact, every indigenous individual have a right to self-identify. And they're supposed to honor that. But you know why they're not honoring it? Is because we're not coming together. We're not together as a unit. We don't have a community, okay? A unit where we commune together. That's a community. And that's why I have to keep stressing and stressing and stressing. And like Zazie said, too late shall be your cry. Too late shall be your cry. Okay? Because guess what? They have all these immigrants right here coming from Africa, coming from South America. And yes, South America is in the Americas, but these people are not original people. They are Spaniards. Okay? But guess what? Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them. Okay? Guess what? Guess what's happening? They are getting, they're getting citizenship. Now, I'm not mad at that. You do what you got to do. But I'm saying all that to say is this, right? All these people come here, even the Africans, and I'm talking about these people are literally 10 times darker than we are. And when they come, guess what? Their status and their ethnology and their ethnicity is white. I guess that's Moorish things too, huh? I guess the SF 181 form that belongs to the federal government, I guess that's Moorish information too, right? It's so sad, it's sickening. So why do these so-called Africans, where you could literally call them black, but they're not black, why are their status white? Why is that? That's interesting. Okay. And if we are in a recession and everything is so bad and this country have no money, why are they processing almost 100,000 immigrants every day, 50 to 100,000 immigrants every day, giving them work authorization? Guess what they're doing? Even in upstate, what they're doing is they're telling them in New York, for those of you who think you know more than me, in New York, you know what they're doing? They're telling them, listen, you cannot stay in the city. We will adjust your status. We will give you working papers, right? But you got to stay upstate. They are building housing for them upstate so they could live free. And guess what they're doing? They're giving them $3,000 a month so they could have transportation. What are you getting as the American Indian? If all your business is about American Indians, what are you doing for the American Indians? How are you educating them? What are you teaching them to help them out in these situations? If you know so much. But yet still, these people come here and their status is white. Why is that? Why is that? Because you know what? My people perish for the lack of knowledge. It is really that simple. This is another migration, okay? Another migration of what they are calling a reconstruction. We're going through another reconstruction period, and people don't even realize that. They don't even realize that. Now is the perfect time for us, while this system is in disarray, while they are fighting each other. I'm talking about the system. It has nothing to do with color. While the system is fighting, we should be stealth. We should be behind the scenes, organizing, building. It ain't got nothing to do with pale people. Once again, don't make this about color. Pale people are not they're not the ones running the system. You see, it's the illusion that you're looking at. The people who rule the system and the people who rule the world, they are people of color. Okay? Trust me. And they are literally 5, 6 shades darker than you and I. And that's facts. You feel me? Stop making this against pale people, man. Because trust me, you look in the mirror, sometimes you're looking at the biggest enemy because they look like you. Okay, this is about the righteous and the unrighteous. This is about the have and the have-nots. The pale man is not the one running the system. No. Guess what? The Republic has more standing than the United States, but it's the only thing is they allow the United States to make it seem like it's the one that's ruling things. No. That's why when you pledge allegiance to what? The United States and the Republic for which it stands. Where's the Republic at? Guess who runs the Republic? the so-called black nobles that came here in 1492. They still run things. Okay? So even if the United States is dissolved and they go back to the Republic, guess what? We are still under the rulership of the people of Europe. Come on, man. The rabbit hole is so deep, we don't even realize that. That's why we have to create our own. But we have to come together, my brothers and sisters. We have to. Man, I mean, I sing this in every video. I mean, I'm starting to sound like a canary because I'm singing the same song over and over and over again. Okay? The rabbit hole is deep, but not deep enough that we cannot go and pull the rabbit out. No, it's not that deep. Trust me, it's not. I mean, brothers and sisters, listen, the game is open for us to take over right now. The game is open for us to take over, step up and take our rightful place and restore our birthright. It's open. It's open season right now. And let me tell you something. The next group that step up, they are the ones that's going to control things. I don't care who it is. You feel me? The only difference is until we step up and take back control, then there will never be peace. Because the land will not allow it until her children are restored. You feel me? Man, you see, y'all got to realize, man. Y'all got to realize. Okay, let me see if I could pull up something for y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me show y'all something, right? Let me just show y'all something real quick. Check this out. Sister Lavinia. No, I don't want you to stay quiet. No, voice your opinion. That's what this is for. This is what this is for. This is not a Chief Kalanago channel where nobody is allowed to talk. No. Voice your opinion, ask questions. And you are asking very legitimate questions. And you ask, I was trying to stay quiet. Please don't stay quiet. No. All I ask people is just to be respectful. That's it. All right. How can we really come together when even our family members and close friends have issues when you talk about stuff like this? Because they're not ready, sis. It's not their time. You see, let me tell you something. We are living more in a spiritual inclined sort of information age, right? And not every physical blood relative is your spiritual blood relative, if that makes sense. So now is the time to come together with your spiritual lineage, not your physical lineage. The physical lineage is an illusion. Okay, your true lineage is your spiritual lineage, your spiritual ties. Okay, and that's what we have to realize. We have to leave some people behind. And as hard and harsh as this may sound, it is just the reality. You feel me? This is now more of a spiritual lineage connection opposed to a physical, because at this point, blood may not even count because they're not on the same frequency. They may get it sometime, and when they get it, they're absolutely welcome to walk and join us. You feel me? But it's a spiritual thing. And now it's time for us to link with our spiritual lineage, what people may call family. Okay, to be on that one accord, because we are the ones that's going to change things, not the people that don't want to get it, not the people that fight you every time you turn around and you tell them the truth. No, they're not ready. Okay, they're not ready. So just keep that in mind. All right, let me go ahead and share this for y'all real quick. I mean, it's more, but check this out. All right, that's just through Mexico, right? U.S. border officers been processing roughly 1,500 migrants on a daily basis. All right, under the Biden administration, a system that allows prospective asylum seekers in Mexico to secure an appointment to enter the country through a government phone app known as CBP1. Don't let nobody fool you. All these people are coming here and they're getting asylum. Okay, they are going to the immigration. They have lines that are literally 10 blocks long from Africa, different parts, okay, of the world. And these people are getting asylum. Why am I saying all this? I'm not mad at these people for wanting a better life. But what I'm a little bit perturbed by our people, the indigenous people of this land that refuse to stand up. Because guess what? And when I say stand up, I'm not talking about stand up against these people. They haven't done us anything. I'm talking about stand up against the system that keep crippling us and giving everybody else opportunities that we're not getting. Okay, because once again, these people they get about, like I said, typical example in New York, they get $3,000 a month for transportation. Okay, they get free housing. How is that they get all that? But we are the American Indians and we are not getting that. You feel me? And we should not turn our nose down at immigrants or what they call illegal aliens, because guess what? Until 1924, the majority of us in the Americas, particularly the United States, were actually illegal aliens, even if you were born on this landmass. Because the United States, anybody could be an illegal alien or an alien to the United States. And guess what? By default, you are still, and we are still immigrants in the United States. You know why? Because in 1924, when they made all the Indians United States citizens, they gave a provision. And they said in the provision, if it affect or impair you being an Indian or your tribal affiliation, then guess what? You are not a United States citizen. So by default, that's why they treat so-called black people the way that they treat you in the United States, because guess what? You are an immigrant in the United States, even if you were born here, due to the Indian Citizen Act of 1924, because they know we are the American Indians. So we are still aliens to the United States. My brothers and sisters, I could only give you the knowledge, man. I could only give you the knowledge. But you do what you want with it. Okay? Hmm? Oh, I don't know what's up with the reception. You know, you already know how it is. When you're dropping certain information, all type of stuff happen, right? But my brothers and sisters, okay, I just want to open up your eyes to this last bit of information before I get out of here. Okay, so we're going to go to, again, the Indian Citizen Act of 1924. And I'm going to show you again and prove to you that all the American Indians, okay, that was impaired by the Indian Citizen Act of 1924, they are all illegal aliens. Okay, and y'all think I'm joking, even if you were born in the United States. Watch. And you wonder why so-called black people are being treated the way that they're being treated. Okay, let me show you. All right, let me prove to you what I'm talking about. And I've already shown it to you before, but I'm going to show it to you again. Okay, the Indian Citizen Act of 1924, aka the Snyder Act. Okay, now the Snyder Act, it wasn't created for you to become an Indian. No, it was created for you to become a United States citizen. All right, a lot of people have it backwards. The Indian Citizen Act, okay, of 1924, to authorize the Secretary of Interior to issue certificates of citizenship to Indians. be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America, I mean, the United States in Congress assembled, that all non-citizen Indians, okay, all non-citizen Indians born within the territorial limits of the United States, B, and they are hereby declared to be citizens of the United States, okay? So all Indians were made citizens of the United States, whether you wanted to or not, okay? They said, hey, you know what? You're an Indian, you're a citizen of the United States. But they also gave a provision. It says, provided that, okay? So guess what? We were aliens to the United States before 1924. In other words, we had our own identity. We were able to do our own thing to self-identify. They took that away with the Snyder Act, the 1924 Indian Citizen Act of 1924. And they said, listen, man, we're going to make all of you United States citizens. In other words, we're going to make you corporations, okay? But they gave a provision. And the provision is for you not to be an alien, for you not to be an immigrant in the United States. We're going to, we're going to make you a citizen. However, there is a provision, provided that the granting of such citizenship, in other words, making you a United States citizen, it shall not, keyword, shall not impair any manner, impair or otherwise affect the right of any Indian to tribal or other property. So my question to you is, do you still have your tribal affiliation? Do we still have our Indian lands? No. So therefore it affected us. It impaired us. So therefore by default, you are not a United States citizen. So by default, we are aliens to the United States. But because the majority of us have not claimed our Indian identity or status, then guess what? You are just called black. So therefore you are dead in the eyes of the law. And no, that is not Moorish information. That's facts. Okay? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. People want to come in here and argue with me, and I'm giving y'all the facts. Again, I really don't get it, man. I don't get it. That's why I tell people, man, it's very difficult. Let me tell you something. The most dangerous individual on the planet is a slave. You know why? Because a slave will kill you for trying to free a slave. And you could tell slaves by their languages, the language they speak. You could tell a slave. I am giving you the information that got you enslaved. I am showing you the information that got us enslaved. But here comes the opposition. Ain't this about a blimp? You see why certain people can't do this? You got to have tough skin to deal with slaves, man. You got to. They are their biggest enemy, and they think the system is the enemy. Now, you are your biggest enemy, not the system. It is really that simple. Okay? It is really that simple. The system is not your enemy. It's you, because you choose to be that. All right? Now, let me show you the form. We're going to go back into that, even if I've shown it before. But we're going to look at the form real quick, the SF-181 form. All right? Because this is just so sad, man. It is really, really sad. And people will attack you. They will come at you like you're doing something wrong. This is crazy, man. It's crazy. This is really, really crazy. Okay? Let me go ahead and share this with y'all. And after I do this, I'm about to get out of here. Okay? Well, Goddess, you know how it is, Empress. You know how it is, man. It's like, these people, man. But like I said, this is not for everybody, right? This is just for those that are ready. Okay? It's really that simple. Let me show y'all the SF-181 form. And once again, the SF-181 form is something, it's not mandatory, but we're going to read that. We're going to read it and we're going to dissect this form, which I've gone through the form before, but we're going to do it again. Okay? Because what you have to realize that all these immigrants that's coming in, it is even more important for us to correct our status in this corporation. Okay? So check this out. Let us read this form in its entirety, and we're going to take our time and read the form, even the the Privacy Act statement. We're going to read all of this, right? So from the very top, it says U.S. U.S. Office of Personal Management Guide to Personal Data. Okay, ethnicity and race identification. Please read the Privacy Act statement and instructions before completing the form. So they're telling you what you need to do first. Okay, read the Privacy Act and instructions before completing the form. So this is what we're going to do. You see, a lot of people don't know how to follow instructions. Let's read the Privacy Act and statement. It says, ethnicity and race information is requested under the authority of 42 UFC section 2000E-16 and in compliance with the Office of Management and Budget 1997 revisions to the standards for the classification of federal data on race and ethnicity. Okay, you hear that? It's a compliance form. Now let's read. Providing this information is voluntary. Yes, they cannot force you to do anything. But check this out. Providing this information is voluntary and has no impact on your employment status. So if you don't provide the information to your job, it's not going to affect your employment status. But again, here's a provision. The provision is always but. You see the provision? But in the instance of missing information, your employing agency will attempt to identify your race and ethnicity by visual observation. Okay? Once again, this is not Morris information. This is the United States information for the smarty pants. Okay? So whether you fill it out or not, it's voluntary, yes. But guess what your job is going to do? Your job is going to fill it out for you. And they're going to assume your race and ethnicity based by observation. And since y'all want to be black and call your brown skin black, guess what they're going to do? They're going to fill out the form on your behalf, whether you want to or not, because they have to comply. Not you, the job. They have to comply. Your employers have to comply. And they're going to fill out a form for you, which they have already done. And they sent it out to the federal government and the various agencies, and they got you down as black because you did not tell them who you were. You let them assume. Okay, let us read. It says, this information is used as necessary to plan for equal employment opportunity throughout the federal government. It is also used by the U.S. Office of Personnel Management or employing agencies maintaining the records to locate individuals for personal research or survey response and in the production of summary descriptive statistics and analytical studies in support of the function for which the records are collected and maintained or for related workplace studies. So guess what? Your job already filled out one for you, whether you like it or not. The problem is you didn't tell them, hey, this is who I am. So they looked at you and they say, oh, well, you know what? These people call themselves black. They must be stupid because their skin is brown. And they don't know that nobody is black, nobody's white. They're all statuses. So they want to be black. Let's put them as black. If they want to be at the bottom, let's put them as black. If they want to be non-existent, let's put them as black. If they want to be monsters, which a monster is a human, let's put them as black. You feel me? And then it says, Social Security number is required under the authority of the Executive Order 9397, which requires SSN to be used for the purpose of the uniform orderly administration of personal records. Providing this information is voluntary, but is voluntary. Like I told you, they cannot force you to do anything. But guess what it says? And failure to do so will have no effect on your employment status. No, they're telling you, hey, listen, man, listen. You ain't got to provide no social. You ain't got to do this. But guess what they say? If social is not provided, however, another provision, other agencies, sources may may be used to obtain it. So whether you do it or not, guess what? They're going to call Social Security. And they're going to say, hey, we have a name here, such and such, date of birth. We want the social to put on this form because we have to comply with the federal government. Like I said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, man. So let's read this again. See what it says. Specific instructions. The two questions below are designed to identify your ethnicity and race. Regardless of your answer to question one, go to question two. Question one, are you Hispanic or Latino? Let's see who a Hispanic or Latino individual is. A person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South or Central American, or other Spanish culture or region, regardless of race. So all these people are Spaniards. Okay, they are Spaniards. Therefore, they are descendants of Spain. Because remember, all Puerto Rico means is rich port. The original name for the Tainos is Borinquen. Okay, and all Borinquen people were dark-skinned people, the original ones. Okay, so even the people you call Puerto Ricans, they are Spaniards. All right, I'm just keeping it real and I'm just giving y'all the truth. All right, let us continue. Please select the racial category or categories in which you must closely identify by placing an X in the appropriate box. Check as many as apply. Okay, please select the racial category or category blah 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 blah. Racial category. Check as many as apply. We have the racial category and we have the definition of the category. Pay very close attention. We have American Indian or Alaska Native. Okay, who's an American Indian or an Alaska Native? All right. As you could see, the only time you see the word native is within Alaska. When it comes to America, you see American Indian. There's a difference between an Indian and a native. All a native means to be born as per the United States federal government. All a native means is to be born. An American Indian are the people that were found here in 1492. Okay, and they were labeled Indians. Those are the American Indians. So therefore, the people that are called Native Americans today, they are not American Indians. They are Native Americans, and okay, they are native to the United States Corporation, not the American landmass. Okay, let us proceed. Who's an American Indian or an Alaska Native? A person having origins in any of the original, you hear that? Original peoples, not the made up peoples that the United States created. The original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. Okay, so it's not just, you hear what I'm saying now? It is not just an individual, an original individual of North America. Well, not individual, peoples. Let me use the correct term, peoples, because an individual is different from peoples. Okay, peoples is what we call organic or de jure. Okay, individual could be de facto. So let us make sure we stay within the lawful realm of what we are dealing with. Okay, so once again, let's read this. A person, or I'm going to say a people, opposed to persons, a person having original origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America and Central America, but there's also an addition. He says, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. So even if you were from the original people based on this form, but you do not maintain tribal affiliation or community, then guess what? By definition, they are still saying you're not an American Indian. So you have to be maintaining your tribal affiliation. My brothers and sisters, that's why it's important for us to tribe up. I keep showing y'all the truth, but like I said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, man. You perish for the lack of knowledge. All right? So that's who an American Indian is. Okay? Maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. So please, even if it's in your home, maintain tribal affiliation. Okay? It is really that simple. You don't necessarily have to be part of a nation. For your family, your people at home could be your nation. As long as you maintain tribal affiliation and you are an ascendant of the original people of North, South, or Central America, you are an American Indian, okay? Or Alaskan Native. Let us look at Asian. So you see they are given specific locations and they're talking about a people, okay? Remember, they're talking about a people. Now, let us go to Asian. What does it say? A person having origins of the original peoples. You see the word peoples again? Peoples of the Far East, Southwest Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. So they are given specific countries and they're given specific locations, and they're using the word or the term peoples. I'm going to skip black here for a second, and I'm going to go to Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islanders. What does it say? A person having origins in any of the original peoples again. You see that word again? And it's always original peoples of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific Islands. So, what do you see in these descriptions here? What are some of the words that are actually identical, that are coherent with the entire document? They're talking about origins and they're talking about original people. Let us go to white now. Okay? White, a person having origins in any of what? The original peoples of Europe. Who are the original peoples of Europe? Not even Caucasians. They are dark-skinned people. And the Middle East or North Africa. That's why this dark-skinned Africans who come here that look, yeah, you could literally say they are black, but they're not. Guess what? Guess what their status is? Their status is white. It is white. It has nothing to do with complexion. It's a status of, it means that you are not a slave. Now let us go to the major one here now. So you see, as you could see, each and every one of them, American Indian, what does it say? Origins, original people. Asian, origins, original people. Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islanders, origins and original peoples. White, origins and original peoples. But let's go to black and see what it says. Let's go to black or African American. What does it say? A person having origins in any of the black groups of Africa. Did it say original people of Africa? Did it give a specific part of Africa? No. They said a person. And we know what a person is. A person is a legal fiction having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. What are you talking about? How come it doesn't say original people? My brothers and sisters, man, if y'all don't want to see what I'm showing you, don't complain, man. You lose your right to complain. And whether you want to fill out this form or not, it doesn't matter. Your job is going to send it in anyway on your behalf, and they're going to assume who you are. Okay? And no, this is not Moorish information for y'all information. For whoever that came on here thinking they know so much. Wow, man. This is sad, man. It's sad. So you see why you want to be black, why you want to be African American. They didn't even say, okay, you know what? You think you're African? At least let's give you an option to choose one of the countries. They didn't even say one of the persons from the original peoples of Africa. No, they didn't say that. They just say from any black area in Africa. So any part that's dark or black, no light in Africa, you could just say you're from there. Man, listen, man. That's how I keep telling y'all, man. It's so sad. It's not even funny, man. It's like it's hurtful. And y'all could hear the information, see the information, and y'all still think it's a game. Y'all still think it's a joke. You're not proactive. You're waiting to be reactive. You're waiting for things to happen to you. And that's the reason why things are happening to you, because you're waiting. It's like you're just chilling for things to happen to you, that happens to black people because they don't exist. I mean, I'm not making these things up, man. So I showed you that the birth certificate is not a form of identification, but yet still all identification came from the birth certificate. So the foundation is a lie. Okay, that's number one. Secondly, I showed you what a United States citizen is, which is a business. I showed you about the Indian Citizen Act, where in 1924, which is the same thing as the Snyder Act, they made all Indians United States citizens on one condition. They gave a provision. If it affected or it impaired you being an Indian by taking away your tribal affiliation and land, then you are no longer a United States citizen. That's why they have so-called black people and African Americans floating all over the place, because one, you're not an American Indian because they took that away, because you're not claiming it, you're not restoring your birthright. All right, you're not a United States citizen by default because it affected you being an Indian. So that's why you're being treated the way that you're being treated, because you have no nationality, you have no identity, you are not a race, you're just a floating entity that's living in the corporation to be abused. But now I'm the crazy one, huh? Hmm? I'm the one that I don't know what I'm talking about, huh? Hey, Grand Rising, I'm Gar James. You feel me? And I just showed you the SF 181 form. All the different ethnic groups, they have a point of origin. They belong to an original people. When it comes to black, they just said, hey, to any one of the black places in Africa. I didn't know Africa have black places. Go on any map in Africa and show me a place called black. Go on any map in Africa and show me a place called black with a flag. I'll wait. Black racial groups of Africa. What does that mean? What does that mean? But my people don't see a problem with it. Hmm? Anyway, man, I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm about to get out of here. Wow. Man, listen, man. All I could do, like I told y'all before, man, I was sent to give you this information. I was sent to enlighten you. I was sent to teach you how to restore our birthright. And that's all I was sent for, man. You feel me? That's it. Okay? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. You feel me? We are, people don't realize that we are enslaved by our own ignorance. Okay? Because the slavery is voluntary. And y'all don't realize when Kanye West said it, everybody thought he was crazy. Okay? Thought that he was crazy. Hmm? No, you said, Pete, the Indians are not getting nothing. I don't know. I don't know when you say Indians, I don't know what you mean. So you're gonna have to before I even address that, because I don't like to assume things. Um I'm going to ask you to elaborate on that, because I don't want to assume, you were saying something and make assumptions. I'm not gonna do that. So could you please clarify, please, when you say the Indians are not getting nothing? What do you mean by that, lineage? What do you mean by that? So please clarify. Indeed. Green Tea Doll, definitely go back to the beginning. Lots of information was dropped. All right. And like I said, information is for those that are ready for the information, right? And as Zazie said, man, too late shall be many cries. You did. It is really that simple. All right. So please elaborate on that, Pete Lloyd, if you can, because I was about to get out of here, but I really would like to respectfully address your statement and just get some clarification. Okay, when you say the Indians are getting nothing. Oh, you're absolutely welcome, Empress Everlasting Waters. And Pete Lloyd, I could assume what you mean, like we the Indians are not getting anything. I could assume if that's what you meant. Okay, you are correct in a sense, yes and no. The thing is, we already have everything. You see, that's the difference. We don't realize that. We already have everything because we were a people, and a people with abundance. Because as the first manifested race on earth, we already had everything. We already had abundance. So we have everything. We just don't know everything belongs to us. All we have to do is step up. It is really that simple. That's it. Now, I'm not saying there's not going to be a pushback, but we have already won. We have already won. So whatever the experience takes us through, it's okay. Hmm? Oh, nah, they could grant millions of people asylum. They can. Because remember, there is, you have to realize that things are changing, right? And these people that are coming here, all right, they are able to work for next to nothing. Okay. So once they're pressuring the people that's already here, they're bringing in new employment that could literally work for pennies on the dollar. So they already know what they're doing. They already have, remember, these people are always playing chess. They're always 5, 10 moves ahead. I'm trying to get my people to catch up. But it seems the only way they want to catch up is to smash tomatoes. You feel me? But what they don't realize is I've already smashed the tomatoes. I already got the ketchup ready. So we don't have to do all that. All we have to do is unite and come together. That's it. You feel me? Okay? It is really that simple. You did? So it's a matter of coming together as a unit and step up and restore what's ours. It's already ours. We already have it. We already have it. It's just in the trust of the United States. And they have the natives utilizing some of it. Okay? How is that Bill Gates is literally one of the Bill Gates own the most land as a private owner of land in the United States? How is that possible? How is that possible? Because guess what? They're telling you that your foods have to be controlled and genetically modified. And we're going to control that. See, I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. I don't know what else to show y'all. Okay? All right. Carl James, you said you're still waiting for the t-shirt. I'm not sure what t-shirt you're waiting for. You're gonna have to inbox me because all the orders that came in, they were sent out. So I don't know if it's a recent order, but all the orders that came in, they were processed. So send me an inbox if you're on Facebook and let me know exactly what you're talking about because I'm not sure what you're talking about. So please do. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So anyway, I'm about to get out of here. I hope you guys found some value in this video. Once again, this is for everybody, but it's not for everybody. It's for those that are seeking truth. All right, not people that's in the emotions and people that's living the illusion and they don't see what's going on because their eyes are closed. I'm literally showing you the fraud. I'm literally showing you how we became enslaved and entrapped. You feel me? And that's what's going on. So as indigenous people, the original indigenous people of the land, again, we have a right to organize as who we are. We have a right to have our own identity, and we have a right to tribe up. We have a right to establish our own nations. And the United States have an obligation to deal with us from a government to government basis, not just who they choose or think, because of 500 and something tribes are federally recognized that those are the only ones they have to respect. No, those are the ones that got in bed with the United States and sold out. Okay? But the unrecognized ones, we are the real organic heart of this landmass. Okay? Because we haven't sold out, and we are not going to. I hope not. But we are going to stand up. We're going to step up. We're going to unite, and we're going to make sure that we are a force to be reckoned with. And that's why I'm asking y'all to link up, link me, send me an email. Okay, send me a Facebook inbox. Let's get this. Let's do this. Okay? Because it's already ours. We have everything. We just have to step up and claim it. It's really that simple. Go back to being landlords opposed to tenants, because we are and we were the original landlords and we became tenants. So we have to go back to our original aboriginal titles. You feel me? All right, cool. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all for being a part of the build. Enjoy the rest of your sunset, and we'll definitely talk soon. All right. Don't forget to go ahead and get the book. The description is in the link, and I already explained in the update. I appreciate that. Lovely one. Yeah, because we ain't got time for all these people, man. That's why I said not Everybody who look like us ain't us, and everybody who have the name Indian next to their name, that it doesn't mean that they all, you know what I'm saying, are on the same frequency. All right. We got to be very mindful with these people. They are very dangerous. All right. And when we step up in the capacity that we need to, just see how many people that look like us that's going to be standing up to fight against us. And you'll be surprised the ones that don't look like us are the ones that's going to stand with us because they know the truth. Okay. So that's why I keep telling y'all, stop focusing on this color thing. Focus on the righteous thing. Righteous, as in Spike Lee said, do the right thing. The righteous people always do the right thing. Okay? So, all we have to do, again, come together, organize, and step up. That's it. Our ancestors will guide us through the process. They will protect us. You feel me? No fear here at all. All right? I'm a little more wary of some people who look like me more than the United States. And that's true. That's just a fact. Okay? My biggest enemy are the ones who look like me. And it's a damn shame, but I'm not surprised. All right. So enjoy the rest of your continuation. And I love y'all. And we'll talk soon. Take care.